Hello and welcome to Prince Civil Services YouTube channel, a unique initiative of Prince EDUHUB Sikar, Rajasthan, where you can prepare for civil services right from the first year of your graduation. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Prince Civil Services. You can also follow us on Telegram, Twitter and Instagram. My name is Sanchit and today we are going to learn about history through pictures, and this is going to be the episode number 2 of this series. I hope you have watched the episode number 1 where we learned about history and the Indus script through pictures. So let's begin this video. So the title of this video is History Through Pictures, and we will learn about town planning of Indus Valley Civilization. This is going to be the part 1 and this will be followed by the part 2. So let's start. First of all, for your information, for those who haven't read the complete chapter of IVC, these are the topics which are kind of must-do topics. So you need to learn about the Indus Valley civilizations, geographical extent, town planning and structures, agriculture, trade, political organization, religion, script, weights and measures, and so on. We have already learned about the Harappan script in the episode number 1 of this new series titled as History Through Pictures. Today we are going to learn about the town planning and the structures. Town planning is the most often asked topic from IVC. You can check UPSC Civil Services examination papers and other state civil services examination paper. You must find this topic and it is asked not just once, many times. So today our focus will be on this topic, subtopic of IVC, that is town planning and the structures. This is the sites, some of the most important sites. You have got Mohenjo-daro, you have got Kalibangan, Harappa, Dholavira, Lothal. Now, under town planning, we need to cover all these topics. And since this is part 1, we are going to discuss till house building, how their houses were. So let's start. First of all, you should know what is town planning. So basically, town planning is the systematized planned structure or the construction of any town and the maintenance of those structures. So it has got like water reservoirs, the sewerage system, how the building should be there, how the streets are, whether there are lamp posts or not. So everything is uniform, and it is through planning that we get structures or any type of construction infrastructure under a town. So IVC's town planning must cover these topics. You should know about Citadel, you should know about grid system, how their houses were, what was the drainage system of Indus Valley civilization sites. Then you need to learn about their bricks, burnt bricks, then the sources of waters. So we are going to discuss these headings one by one, and in this part 1 video we are going to learn of the citadel and lower town, then second point grid system, and the third house building. So let's start with the first point regarding the town planning, that is the citadel, which is also known as Acropolis and lower town. So friends, it is very peculiar or unique of IVC towns that their towns were divided into 2 parts. Their towns were divided into 2 parts. And when I say 2 parts, it is a general rule, but there are exceptions which we will learn about later on in the other videos. But we are going to discuss about the general features which you can find in all the towns and all the cities. So first point is, all the cities, most of the cities, exceptions are there, but most of the cities were divided into 2 parts And those parts are Citadel and Lower Town. Citadel is also known as Acropolis. So we are going to learn about the features, what differentiates between Acropolis and Lower Town. In this image, this is a kind of aerial view or a graphic representation of one of the cities of IVC. So you can see on your screens that this part is different or situated at some far place or at a distance from this part. So this is the two-fold division of their cities. On the west, so let me just write here, this is north, this is east, south and west. So number one point regarding the Citadel which you need to remember is that the Citadel or the Acropolis or the upper city. So there are three terms: Citadel, Acropolis, upper city. So it was located on the west side of the city. So this is the whole town, and on the west side or the west direction of the city, you had a fortified structure which is known as Citadel. And opposite to this, you have got the Lower Town. So the direction is east. So on the east, we have got Lower Town, and on the west, we have your Citadel. So this is the number one difference between Citadel and your Lower Town. Number two difference. The number two difference is that it is, you can see, it is small in size. So as compared to Lower Town, it is smaller. So Lower Town was larger. One difference is about the direction west and east. The second difference is about the size. The Citadel was small in size and the Lower Town was larger in size. Then third point, who lived in these parts? So it is said that in Citadel or the upper city, the ruling class, the influential people used to live, and a smaller population used to live in the Citadel. As compared to Citadel, in the Lower Town, you can see the majority of the population, the common people, the laborers, they used to live under your or in this lower city. So this is the point number 3. Fourth difference is that the Citadel was built on a raised platform. So you can see the height, the difference in the height. So Citadel was comparatively at a elevated platform as compared to Lower Town. So you have Citadel, then lower in height or on a lower platform, you had your Lower Town. So these are the 4 differences which you need to remember. The 5th difference is that all the important structures, like you have got Great Bath, you have got granaries. So all the large structures, all the public places, they were located in the Citadel. So whenever there is a question regarding the town planning of Indus Valley civilization, the Citadel and the Lower Town must be there in your answer. So I hope you have got an idea about the city, the layout, and how they were divided. They were divided into Citadel and the Lower Town, that is the which was inhabited by the common people. Now you can just see here, there is a raised platform. This is known as Great Bath. I told you that all the public structures, large structures, they were located in the Citadel. So this is one of the real life images of this Citadel. So you can see in this also, Citadel smaller, Lower Town larger, west direction, east, all the important structures, public structures, they were located in the Citadel. So I hope you have got an idea about the Citadel and the Lower Town. Now the next point, the next feature of the town planning of the Indus Valley civilization people was that the streets, we have got streets, they also had got streets. So the streets of IVC they cut each other almost at 90 degrees. So you can see here. So you just imagine this is one street and this is second street. These are vertical. Then you have got one here, one street here. So they are almost cutting each other at 90 degrees, or they are cutting each other perpendicularly. So you can also see here, these are some of the streets and they cut each other at 90 degrees. So this was one of the most peculiar features, and it can be said that, so in the present cities like you have Chandigarh, you have Sri Ganganagar, so there we copied this structure. So way back 5,000 years back, the Indus Valley civilization people had their cities, had their streets in this fashion, which is known as grid system. So you can see here, when streets cut each other at 90 degrees, you got a grid system, or it is also known as chess board pattern. Chessboard pattern. So you can be asked, the streets used to cut each other at 90 degrees. It is right. You can be asked whether they followed the grid system. It is also true. And they can say that the streets followed a chessboard system. So all the three things are true, right, regarding the streets of the IVC. So we have discussed the two features of town planning of Indus Valley civilization. First, we discussed Citadel and the lower town. Second, we discussed about the grid system, which we are going to discuss today is your town planning. So town planning. The third feature which we are going to discuss is the houses of IVC. We live in houses, they used to live in houses, they have burnt brick houses. So on your screens, you can just have an idea of their houses. So here, this is a house, a typical house of Indus Valley civilization people of one of the cities of the IVC. So they had some features of their houses. So we will learn one by one what were the features of their houses. First feature was that they were very conscious of their privacy. So the windows and the doors, they didn't open in the main street. So this is a main street. You can see the door and the window was not present or didn't open in the main street. It opened into the smaller side street. This was done to preserve their privacy, to maintain their privacy, plus so that the dust and the other particles do not enter into their houses. So that is why they didn't had windows and doors opening in the main street. This is the number one point. Second point which you need to remember is that they had a courtyard. They had a courtyard in the center of their house. So in this image, you can see the courtyard where all the day-to-day activities were done, or the elder used to sit, the child, they used to play here. So they had a courtyard in every house in the center of their house. So it is point number 2. Third feature, you can see here the stairs. You can see the stairs. Why there would be stairways? Because their houses were multi-story. Because their houses were multi-story. There was 2-floor, 3-floor houses also. Next feature, that every house or the group of houses had a well. For water, they had a well. The fourth feature is that every house had a toilet or a washroom. So we have discussed no windows, no doors opening in the main street. Second, we discussed they had a courtyard. Then we discussed they had a stairways, well and a toilet. This all system, they're having a courtyard in the house, and it can be said to be that their house system was inward looking system. Inward looking system. So this is how they planned their houses. We have found some of the remains of their houses, and we have come to this point that we can say for sure they had stairways, they had courtyard, they had well, they had a toilet, their houses were multi-story and so on. So friends, today we have discussed 3 features of the town planning of IVC. First was your, let me show you again what we have discussed today. So yes, we have discussed Citadel, Lower Town, grid system and house building. And in the part 2 of this video, we are going to discuss the remaining features of town planning of IVC, in which we are going to learn about drainage system, the burnt bricks and the sources of water. So I hope you have got an idea about the town planning of IVC. Please watch our other videos. You can also watch this series and the episode number 1 where we have discussed the Indus script. So thanks for watching. Please share this video. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel, that is Prince Civil Services. Thanks for watching. See you in the part 2 of the IVC, that is the town planning. Thank you.